So anyway, beyond just the room acoustics, we have the loudspeakers, because the loudspeakers in the room form a system. You can't really talk about the sound of a speaker without talking about the room that it's in. I know we all like to say we have our favorite speakers and this and that, and that's true, but the reality of the situation is when you do very carefully controlled blind listening tests and correlate the results of these subjective listening trials with measured data on loudspeakers, you find that speakers that measure similarly are rated sort of monotonously the same. They're not as different as you think. Having two speakers even side by side, there's enough physical difference that the room will have enough impact on the way you perceive sound, particularly below 300 hertz or so in the bass regions, that you'll say, oh, I like that speaker better. This speaker has this problem here. But most of us don't take the time to flip them around. And I've done this with experienced engineers, guys who've been working in the field for decades. And they're like, oh my God, now that problem, it stayed in the spot. Now this speaker has that problem. This speaker sounds good. So they liked the position more than the speaker, and they'd never thought that that could be the case. So be very careful when you say a certain speaker sounds a certain way. You heard it once in a room and it sounded a certain way, sure. But do you really know something about the speaker? You got to have measurements on it. You have to have done exhaustive blind trials to really say that you know something about the sound of that speaker in more of an absolute sense.